Stimulus pairing. A strategy for teaching students with a limited repertoire of acquired skills and reinforcers is stimulus pairing. This strategy involves strategic presentation of a neutral stimulus with an established stimulus in order to transfer the reinforcing qualities to the neutral stimulus. This procedure allows us to expand or shape the behavioral response or reinforcement that our students prefer. Stimulus pairing from non-symbolic to symbolic. This picture identifies items used for stimulus pairing to teach a student to use an object schedule. Additional information will be provided on the following slide. Stimulus pairing to teach schedules. This is an example of a stimulus pairing with a schedule. In picture 1, the student is working at a pre-symbolic level. The student checks his or her schedule and gathers the actual item they will be using for the next activity. Paired to the side of the schedule is the symbolic representation for each activity. In the second picture, 2 schedules are paired next to each other. On the left is the pre-symbolic object schedule, and on the right, a symbolic object schedule. The third picture shows a symbolic object schedule. The pre-symbolic schedule is faded over time and replaced with the smaller, more portable symbolic object schedule. Shaping. Shaping is a systematic way to teach new behaviors by reinforcing an approximation of the skill. Initially, the student does not have to demonstrate the full objective or skill. For example, a student is learning to activate a single button switch to state the day of the week during calendar. When asked what day it is, the student moves his hand closer to the switch. The instructor accepts the student's attempt and provides descriptive verbal praise. "Great job, Jacob! You told me today is Monday," while taking the student's hand to activate the switch. As the student demonstrates progress with targeted skill, the instructor will gradually increase expectations and fade reinforcement. Let's take a look at another example of shaping. A student is learning to sign the word eat. At first, the child is reinforced by moving his hand near his face. Once that skill has been established, the instructor requires a more precise sign, perhaps touching his mouth. If the student is able to bring his fingertips together to touch his mouth, that would be the next requirement. Once the skill level progresses to each next step, the child is no longer reinforced for previous approximations of the behavior. Rather, the higher level of proficiency is required for reinforcement. Can you think of another example of a skill that can be taught using shaping? Instructing to the highest level of independence. Take a moment to watch the video demonstrating one example of pairing.